We of all people know that humans are freaky little animals, but what about the other animals? In Birds and the Bees, we are deep diving into nature and all of the weird, wacky, and hard to believe facts that make the animal kingdom, quite frankly, bigger freaks than us. Oh, I didn't pin all my hair. Very well. Okay. We're so tropical today.
I know. It's because it's 90 degrees.
What animal do you think we're gonna do if we look so tropical? We look so beachy. Makes total sense what animal we're gonna talk about.
Is the one I asked for?
Yeah.
A whale?
No. Polar bear.
Oh, I did say ocean animals. Which ones did I say?
We're really themed well for this episode.
We should have swapped outfits.
I know.
The other one would have been different.
Very well.
I heart them.
You heart polar bears?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I do.
Why? What do you know about them?
I don't know too many things about them. My work phone over there has probably like 5 different options for a lock screen that are different polar bear photos. Like 2 years ago, I was like very like into the aesthetic of polar bear. There are polar bears in my home province, but in the very northern part in Churchill, which I've never been to. It's a dream to go.
Okay.
See the polar bears.
Okay.
I don't know, they just make me think of like Canada and I don't know. They're just cute.
But do you know any facts about them? You're not a real fan then!
Not that I can think of off the top of my head. I think the moms are like, they just take care of the babies and the dad's not really there, I believe, which I didn't want to accept.
You don't like that?
Well, I was hoping they'd be like, maybe not as strictly monogamous as penguins, because it's just romantic. It's not a very romantic relationship.
No, but what I'm finding, like what I learned through vet school and then doing this podcast, is romance is dead.
I'm keeping it alive, baby.
Romance is dead in the world, except for in penguins, really. I'm yet to find another animal that's as romantic as a penguin. I have to do them soon because they are my favourite animal.
I do
Actually,
like them.
You know what, that is not a capybara. Last episode we were talking about what animal I would really like in an imaginary world where you could have any animal as your sidekick. I think I'd want a penguin.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Like a little one or a really tall one?
I wouldn't care. Just a penguin.
My stepfather calls them penguins. I don't know why, and it always irked me. It was like nails on a chalkboard when he'd say it. I'm like, why are you saying it like that? Penguins.
I think that would bother me too. Well, we're not talking about penguins.
It's a G. Not a Q.
We're going to talk about polar bears.
Polar bears.
Put your seatbelt on. They're actually not as... I thought they'd be crazier. I thought I'd find more weird facts about them because they're so unique in a lot of ways, but they're actually not that crazy. But, I mean, every animal has some weird thing about them. So they are the largest and longest species of bear.
Longest.
They
are long.
They're up to 3 meters long.
They have like long, yeah.
So when they stand, they're like well above a human, which is crazy. And they have no natural enemies because they are the ultimate enemy. Don't know if you know that.
No, I didn't know that.
I'm sure though, because you grew up in Canada, you hear about what's the rule? It's like black bears, you lie down, brown bears, you're gonna die. No, that's polar bear. Polar bear.
Yeah.
So is it black bear you lie down, brown bear you run away? I forget the bear.
I just know that we get big. Mostly we have black bears in Manitoba. Probably a grizzly. I don't know what you do for a grizzly bear. I don't think there's really grizzlies in Manitoba.
Here we go. Black bears run. Brown bears, you do not run because that triggers a predatory response. So I think they say that you stop and hold your ground or you lie down or something like that. Polar bears, you die.
Right.
Is the rule.
Yeah. Don't pet them. They are friend-shaped, but not friend.
They
Unfortunately.
friend. They are whatever the opposite of friend is. They are, you are their dinner.
Yes.
Yeah. The scientific name for polar bear, I don't know I can look it up. Should I look it up? God,
Yeah.
that's so lazy of me. Let's look at the scientific name of polar bear.
You don't have to say you're looking it up.
Sorry, the scientific name of polar bear, Ursus maritimus. When it's translated word for word, it means sea bear. I think that's really cute.
I sleep with a stuffed polar bear.
Do you?
Yeah, his name's Nanook.
Nanook.
Which I think is polar bear in like, I don't know if it's Nanook or, I'm not sure which language.
That's really cute.
Yeah, he's cute. He's a jelly cat.
What age did you get him?
Like 3-4 years
Aw.
ago. Years ago.
Oh,
So
really
20.
20.
I'm 30 now, so. Oh, actually, I was only. I don't know. Yeah,
Doesn't
in the
matter.
last. Yeah, not very long.
I have a brown bear.
Him.
I have a brown bear called Barney. You can't see
Barney?
him from here. Barney. Because when I grew up, I had a book called My Brown Bear Barney. Do I have that book or does my mum have it? Anyway, so I started off with like a duck, and then that fell out of my pram one day, and I was like inconsolable. So mum bought me Brown Bear Barney and a book that was called My Brown Bear Barney, and I still have him. It's cute that we both have a bear. Although I had mine from when I was like 3, but
Yeah.
it's cute that you bought one for me. So they think that polar bears evolved from the common brown bear 200,000 years ago.
Wow.
Which sounds like a long time ago, but in evolution it's
Right.
actually very new,
Yeah.
I guess. Do you know what makes polar bears white?
Is it something about how close to the sun they are or something?
No, that's a good guess, I would imagine. So it's really interesting. So their skin is black.
Oh.
And that's because they live in such a cold place. Black absorbs heat. Like, you know when you get in a black car in summer and you're like
Yeah.
dying? Yeah, that's my car. So they have black hair to absorb the heat. But their fur, because you don't want to block the black from absorbing heat, their fur is technically transparent.
Oh. Like snowflakes.
And the hair follicles, so the hair itself, is hollow.
Oh.
And it's filled with air. Which is so cool.
Why? With air?
So then...
Or that it's just empty, but it's air.
Yeah. So the air helps them to be more buoyant in water, I guess. The transparency of the fur allows light to get through. The reason why they look white is because they're reflecting what's around them, which is snow. But they're not actually white. They're actually black.
That is fascinating. And that just made me think, I've definitely gotten sunburns in the winter from the sun reflecting off the snow. Because I don't have air-filled hair.
Yeah. And they would not get sunburned.
That's so interesting.
Isn't that cool? They can swim for literally days at a time. Days. Like, they don't have to stop. I don't know. They're just like really good swimmers, and yeah.
They just like doggy paddle
Yeah.
to the next continent.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Pretty much. Have you ever heard what a group of them is called? This is like my favorite fun fact of all animals, because you know, like every animal.
Like crows are murder. And
Yeah.
That's the only one I know. I heard that. Yeah.
Yeah, they're so fun. And like often they make sense. So like on the podcast we did giraffes, and they're called a tower of giraffes.
That's cute.
So like some make sense. Polar bears, I don't know if they make sense or not, but I love it. They're called sleuths.
Sleuths? Like little detectives? Do they like spend much time together though?
No.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Because I feel like they're not. Yeah, they just happen to be together and they're a sleuth.
They kind of, maybe it makes sense because they're constantly hunting for food or hunting for a mate. And that's their life. They're otherwise very solo. So they're like the Sherlock Holmes of the animal kingdom. Just always hunting on their own.
Huh. Sleuths.
Yeah. They are the largest land-based carnivore on Earth. If you think of any animal that is a carnivore.
Yeah, I was like.
Yeah, you're like lion, club, yeah. They are the largest land-based carnivore on Earth.
They're terrifying. They're so beautiful. They're just so
they're huge. And like they're really good predators because they can smell seals like 20 miles away.
Wow.
And even under ice. They can be under ice and still smell a seal.
Wow.
Which is crazy. It reminds me of like one of my favorite facts about dogs is they can smell a fingerprint for 6 weeks after it's been left.
A fingerprint?
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I bet they could.
They could
These
smell
dogs
longer.
I can't even believe.
They can
That's
smell
another
everything.
podcast.
Yeah, I will do a beagle podcast because beagles are wild. But yes, so they can smell for 20 miles away.
Wow.
They have inbuilt snowshoes, so their paws are really large and flat on purpose. And their paws have their own inbuilt socks as well.
Huh.
So they have this like stiff fur on the soles of their feet. And what that exists for is to give them grip on ice.
Mm.
But it also mutes the sound of them as they approach prey.
I like when I see them on their bellies on ice.
Yeah, it's really cute. And they frog leg.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're really cute. I didn't know that fact about fur on their feet though.
Yeah,
I find that
that's
really cool.
interesting.
Yeah.
Like when dogs have to get their paws trimmed, is like that, the hair that's like sticking through their pads.
I can show you a photo. It doesn't really translate well for a podcast. Polar bear feet. So, see the texture of the fur on the underside of their paw is like different to the rest of them. It's like stiffer. And so that allows them to grip more.
Oh, they're so cute.
They're giant. Look how big that paw is compared to a human hand. That is like, my hand on your tits is the comparison. Like their paw is the size of your whole chest. More.
Wow.
No, it's probably like, on this picture, it's kind of like including your head.
Wow.
That's insanity. Like that is a
Huge.
big bear.
Big baby.
Big baby. They are massive fatty bombers. This is where your blubber comes in.
Love
so
blubber.
they have lots of blubber to insulate them and help them be buoyant in water. So that's the reason why blubber exists. Because fat likes to float.
And, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's so
When they're not hunting, they rest up to 20 hours a day. They like to sleep and lie around.
They love to rot. I
Well,
love a bed rot.
They do like to rot, but if they are not going to rot, they're nocturnal. So they're actually more active at night than during the day. Which is interesting because when you see everything of them online, I feel like I've always seen pictures of polar bears during the day, which makes sense because you're trying to capture the animal.
Right, but also like they're in a part of the world where the sun is out longer.
Yeah, true.
Like late at night.
Yeah.
Because when I go home, and I'm in like southern Manitoba, the sun's still out at like 10:30 at night.
Yeah.
It goes down all the way, but yeah, even further north. I don't know what time the sun would go down. And I don't know where that threshold is where like the sun doesn't go down. I don't know
Yeah.
like where you have to like pass geographically.
I feel like that would drive me crazy to have 6 months of daylight
Yeah, I don't think I could do it.
or 6 months of night.
I think I would rather
I could do that more than
have
day.
all light than all night.
Really?
I don't know.
I think I'd
It's hard
never
to say.
sleep.
Yeah. I don't know which I would prefer.
I think it would all suck.
I'd have to try both.
It'd have to all suck. Polar bears, one cool thing about them is they have one of the longest fasting periods of any animal because their habitat vanishes for a few months a year. So typically they eat every 4 to 5 days.
But they eat large things, so
Yeah, they love a good seal.
yeah. That blubber probably takes a bit to process.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
but still really cool that they can go that long without eating. It makes them, I guess, hardier in the wild world. Yeah. They are a threatened species. The reason why is because of the way that they live their lives and how they breed, which we'll get to eventually. Most of them live about 15 years, but 20 to 30 is like the max that they can kind of live for that's been documented. They have a very low reproductive rate. So each female mates every 3 years. So this is why with like their numbers dwindling over time with climate change and with like humans threatening their environment, I guess. This is why it's so hard to repopulate polar bears, because out of every polar bear, you only get one cub.
Do you know how long they stay with their babies?
Yeah, we'll get to that for sure.
That would determine, like...
I think from memory it's about 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So the males reach sexual maturity at 6 years old, but they often aren't successful until 8 to 10 years. So if you think about their lifespan, if a lot of them live until they're 15, the majority of their life, they're not actually able to have babies. And then of when they're finally able to have babies, females can only have, well, they only mate every 3 years. So then you can kind of understand why they're so endangered, which is really sad. They usually go to fishing grounds to pick up women. Very Tinder of them.
Plenty of fish.
Are they just posing on the rocks with a fish in their hand?
Hi. No, another one of these
Look up it. Yeah. Look what I caught. Or a seal. Be like, whoa. Well, it works in their world.
Yeah.
It works in their world, unlike ours. And they often mate with a few females in one season. Once they mate, they stay together for a week or more until they get sick of each other. Oh. So it's kind of like a vacation vibe. Like they just have a little
hump all week.
Yeah, because they want to maximize the chances of getting that female pregnant, because they only mate once every 3 years. So they go, well, let's give this a red hot crack for a good week.
Yeah, try every position. Yeah, keep the legs up after.
Yeah. And then once they're like, I'm fucking sick of you, they're like, bye. And then the female goes off and she makes a den to have her baby.
And then that's it. Like, they have nothing to do with each other.
No, yeah, they're loners. And the crazy thing is so she will go and make her den. Once she makes her den and has her cub, like, she doesn't eat for the entire time. Hang on, wait, I need to say this correctly, because I wrote it in a good way. Where did I put it? This is great. I'm going to cut this up. Where the fuck is it? Yeah, that's it. It's so stupid. The crazy thing with the mums is they do fast like the whole time they're in the den. So they go make this den, they have their cub, and then after their cub, they just like don't eat until it's time to start coming out of the den.
But they're like breastfeeding them?
Yeah, they create, and their milk is of a really high fat percentage. It's like 31%. I wonder how
they
how
must lose a lot of weight.
Yeah, so that's why they try to fatten themselves up. And the one really fun fact about polar bears that actually links to this is, so they can actually kind of control how they get pregnant. So they're induced ovulators, kind of like cats. So they don't actually ovulate until they have sex. So that's part of the reason why the men mate so many times with them as well, is because they want to make sure that the female ovulates. Right. So they'll mate a bunch of times, and then they might mate in spring, like March to May, but the egg doesn't actually implant for months until the fall, because this allows the female to fatten up before she goes to make her den.
So interesting.
Yeah. Isn't that cool?
Wow.
I want to look up what their gestation period is, because I don't have that written here. I'm just curious how long she's fasting for now.
Like the whole time she's pregnant, or after she gives birth, she's fasting?
That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah.
So the gestation period is 8 months.
Okay.
I feel like she wouldn't start fasting until she has the baby.
Yeah.
That would make sense.
So it's like probably partially like for safety, like when they've just been birthed, like you don't want to like leave them to go find food.
So some fast for up to 8 months, which is crazy. Which is like, I guess the length, I think that was what I just found was the length of their gestation. So, where did I just find it? Gestation period is about 8 months. they fast for about 8 months. When do female polar bears start fasting? Because I would think it would make sense to start fasting. So they begin fasting in the fall when they enter their maternity dens to give birth and nurse their cubs. Their fasting period can last for up to 8 months. So they must get pregnant, make their den, and then when they're getting ready to give birth, then they go in there to give birth, and then they're fasting from that moment and just protecting their cub in their den. Which is like hella mama vibes. Yeah. The cubs are born toothless and hairless. Toothless.
I just watched all the How to Train Your Dragon.
Really?
48 hours, I watched all 3. Sorry.
Toothless.
That's so cute. And weird that their hair.
They have like a really fine layer of hair, but they're
fuzz.
like, they look crazy.
I don't think I've ever seen a newborn.
I'll show you a newborn polar bear if we can get a photo. Oh,
Oh,
they're so tiny. But these aren't the super young ones. There's not a picture of one from a den. Look at this one. A little yoga pose. I feel like it would be really hard to get an actual image of a new polar bear because the mother would want to eat you. And like if she's making her den, trying to slip a camera in there I think would be really difficult.
Oh, wait, go back. Okay, click on that.
There, that's a pretty fine layer of fur. Gosh, they just look like a little Labrador puppy.
Yeah. Ah,
Yeah.
they're so cute.
What else can I teach you? Cubs grow 20 times their body weight in the first 12 weeks.
Wow.
Just imagine if you had a baby that was like a human baby, and then within 3 months it was 20 times that size.
I can't keep up with that. I don't have enough breast milk.
Could you imagine that?
At least it's externally and not happening inside.
Yeah, Jesus.
Just like
Like an alien movie if it was that big. Yeah, the mums are badass and the dads just seem kind of lazy.
deadbeats.
Yeah.
They're the ultimate single mom. Wow.
It's like CEO mom and like the guy that doesn't want to settle down that accidentally got a girl pregnant doesn't want to be a part of the baby's life vibes.
See ya.
Yeah. Thanks, bye.
I gotta go catch a fish.
Also because she's like a
For
CEO. He's like, you've got it right. Alright.
Typical.
So that's polar bears.
They're so cute.
They are cute. But I just feel
very
like that
scary.
their social situation is a little...
It's a little desolate up there.
Yeah.
They haven't made friends with humans.
Well, they eat everything, so yeah.
Well, you gotta take the opportunity.
They haven't made friends because they eat their friends. They're like, you know, Finding Nemo, like,
Yeah.
fish are friends, not food. They don't know how to do that.
They don't. Maybe one day, when they're not endangered anymore.
I feel like they'll just...
Maybe we'll go into another ice age,
Oh, yeah.
and then we'll be friends. Because we'll have to
Okay.
cohabitate.
You believe whatever you want to believe to be friends with them in your head, Riley.
I won't do it for real. But I do want to go on like one of those little treks where you're in those big vehicles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The like land to sea vibes.
I don't
Like
know
the
if they
amphibian
go
ones?
into the sea in Churchill. Like you like roll around in the snow, not roll around, but big. They just have giant wheels. I was just
Okay.
thinking that roll around, but I don't think it goes in the water.
Huh.
That way. But you're like up really high, so like you're away from the polar bears. But
And you just
they
watch
like
them.
wander by. Yeah.
That's cool. We should do that sometime.
And I think the same ones do like a Northern Lights nighttime like drive.
See, that's something that's on my bucket list.
Yeah, there's also like a restaurant up there. Maybe. There's like
Can you
things
take
that
me? Can we
yeah,
plan this?
I really want to go.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I think like fall is the best time to go up there for polar bears and the lights.
Okay.
Aurora borealis.
Well, that kind of makes sense for the polar bears because they've just made it and they're like moving around to find a place to make a den. All the boys are still finding girls to have sexy time with. So.
Can I show you my lock screens?
Yeah, after we say goodbye because they don't need to see this.
Oh.
Bye, guys.
You don't want to see it?